COVID never made sense to me. Let me tell you where I'm not gonna die. Hiding in my house. This is America, motherfucker. People talk online to me about everything. I could literally only sleep for 40 minutes. I'll never go to a doctor again to talk about my general health, ever.
Lane Norton, you called him a juice head.
What's fascinating about that guy is, I hate excuses, so I designed my life so there's no excuse. TRT has become the magic, everybody thinks it's a magic pill. I just want a good quality of life for the rest of my life. Numbers don't lie. Look at my blood work 2 years ago when I met him. This is Gary Brecka, and look at my blood work now. I would never be a part of something that scam people for money. I don't need money. I'm good. One of my guys, 54 years old, just had a fucking stent put in his heart. Talked to the doctor, and my doctor, he's like, yeah, he could fucking drop dead at any time, weighed 255.
Damn.
Introduced him to Brecka. He works out here every morning with me now. He's fucking 208 pounds and completely changed his whole life and turned it around. This other kid just texted me this morning, and he's like, I hooked him up with Brecka. He said, this is the first time I broke 200 since before high school. I wake up every day, I feel incredible. I love my life, I'm happy, I'm energetic every day.
I'd imagine like a lot of these guys don't have the same access that you do to all the different technology, so maybe they just go outside and see the sun and stuff like that.
Adam Corrigan, my buddy, owns bars and restaurants here and a bunch of other shit. No, these guys all got money. So all these people that have access to the best healthcare on the fucking planet are all, my two doctors who were giving me shit about Brecka, they're both with Brecka now.
Wow.
I wanted to ask you about that because it seems like a lot of people give you shit about Brecka. You see online.
Nobody gives me shit.
Well,
people talk shit online, but
talk shit
people
online.
talk shit online to me about everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is my philosophy about Brecka. If you don't like it, fuck, don't use it.
Don't do it.
Take a mouthful of pills every day, put that CPAP on your fat fucking face, and good luck going to sleep.
Yeah,
Good luck to you.
I love that attitude because I think so many people are like, well, you have to buy this and you have to buy that. But Gary seems to say on every podcast I've seen him on, say, well, you can just walk outside and get the same thing as a red light therapy. You just do this. And he's giving you alternatives as well.
100%. And here's the thing, there's a lot of things that I love about Gary Brecka. One of the first things that I notice about a guy like him is when somebody comes in, first of all, let's start with, I believed in none of this shit. I was a believer in modern medicine. And if you went through COVID and you still believe in modern medicine, you still believe that these people are out and they're looking out for you and care whether you live or die, you're out of your fucking mind, and good luck to you. I wish you all the luck in the world. I met Gary Brecka, and then there's other guys out there like Dr. Peter Attia, there's, what's the guy's name, Huberman?
Andrew Huberman.
Yeah. All these guys. And I asked Gary about these guys. He says they're great, and they're this thing. He doesn't shit on anybody else. It's not like, oh no, my stuff is the best and everybody else. And he also has this philosophy that this doesn't belong to me.
Yeah.
This belongs to humanity. Everybody should know this, and everybody should, and that's why he has alternatives for people that can't afford it. The unfortunate part of being healthy and living a good quality of life is it's fucking expensive and it's incredibly time consuming.
It's a full-time job.
It really is a full-time job.
So, I called Brecka's office. I was trying to actually get in. I never got to be able to see him for whatever reason. Maybe we can change that because I'd love to interview him for this.
Done.
But I was trying to get in touch with him, and I was on the phone with, I guess, his assistant, and she was telling me like, oh, you have pain? You have chronic pain? I said, yeah, that's what I deal with. And she said, you need hydrogen water. Have you done anything with the hydrogen water? Do you know anything about that?
So let me tell you what I do with the hydrogen water. This was fascinating. So he told me, yeah, I got a bunch of bottles out there. Have you ever done it?
No, I don't know.
I'll give you both a bottle.
It sounds like hocus pocus.
I literally buy 15 of these fucking things and give them away to people. And I'll give you two one when you leave. So the hydrogen water thing, he told me, here's what you do. When you fly, right? You get jet lag and shit like that. Fast the entire time you fly, you don't eat. Don't eat any of the food on the plane or any of that shit. And just drink the hydrogen water. When you land, you fucking acclimate to the time and you don't get fucking jet lag.
Wow.
It's a fact. I've done it. Yeah. So you fly, you don't eat. He's got a little protocol that you do while you're flying, it's fucking unbelievable. But I don't drink hydrogen water every day.
Just once in a while.
Yeah, I do it when I fly, and I do it, and here and there I'll do some hydrogen water, but yeah, it's not something I do every day. My mother-in-law, she's 80 years old. Gary just helped her get through cancer.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and she had surgery with doctors and everything else, but Gary's on every fucking call, working with the doctors with their cancer, and he has her doing a lot of hydrogen.
How have we in the United States gotten so fucking fat and sick? What do you think? Like, what are some of the main things you think happened?
With what?
Just us getting so fat as a
Food.
society.
I mean, listen, there's a few things that we're all starting to learn right now. Doctors, I'll never go to a doctor again to talk about my general health, ever. Right? If I break my fucking arm or I need surgery or whatever, I'll go see a doctor.
And it's because they don't know nutrition a lot of times.
They know nothing about anything. They don't fix anything. They throw pills at it. How many fucking CPAP machines I bought and how many masks I bought for the CPAP machine. This one dried me out. The other one fucking squirts water in your nose and you start fucking choking in the end. I could literally only sleep for 40 minutes. And I'll tell you the truth. So when Gary Brecka told me that I had 10.5 years to live, me and my wife absolutely fucking believed that he was wrong. I actually had less. I fucking woke up every night, coughing, choking, gasping for air, and I threw up pretty much almost every night from sleep apnea.
From Fuck It Fridays.
Yeah, well, those didn't help. But that was my thing. The other thing that you'll see online, you'll see people go, well, you're fucking rich. Of course you can do. Yeah, be rich and look at the things that you have access to and tell me it's easier. I can eat in the best fucking restaurants anywhere in the world. You can have basically whatever you want. So you know how hard it is to be able to have whatever you want and actually do the complete opposite and fast and that's the other thing that I think changed my life too. Gary got me into fasting.
It's amazing.
You still fast mostly
every
day?
What time is it? I don't eat till 2 o'clock. My first meal is at 2 o'clock. And then I saw this thing online about a 7-day water fast. This Indian doctor from Boston was saying, you fast for 7 days and it starts to,
Clears everything out.
Cancer, all these other bad things. It sheds all the dead cells and new cells generate. And a lot of this stuff seems like common sense to me. What the cold plunge does to you and how your body reacts to it. And
exactly. Yeah.
Fasting and all these other things. Gary, I don't do a fucking thing without calling him first. So I call him and said, I saw this 7-day water fast. He goes, don't do 7 days. 7 days will start to cause other problems. Sure. That's a long time. Do 72 hours and you'll get the same results. So I started doing the 72-hour water fast. I filmed it and documented it. It was like the most fucking viral thing ever.
How was it for you?
More people talk to me about the fucking water fast than they do UFC or anything else. It was incredible.
It's great.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The other thing that I think some of these things do for you, whether it's cold plunging, fasting, the mental toughness, to battle your mind. Your mind fucking with you, telling you, we're starving, we need to eat. Yeah, fuck you, we got another 17 hours to go. You start craving all these weird things that you didn't eat. You haven't eaten fucking since you were a kid.
Sure.
It's pretty weird the way the mind fucks with you. Same thing with cold plunging. Like when you first start cold plunging, your brain's telling you, get out of here, get out of here. You can't take it anymore, we gotta get out. And then you fight past that.
It's brutal.
And it takes you to another level.
Well, it's like, fasting is like right around the corner from being as starving as you've ever been is unlimited. You have unlimited energy. Like a lot of people don't know that. They're not willing to go through the pain.
I would have never dreamed. You're right. The energy that you get, your workouts go to another level, but the level of clarity that you get in your brain is it's almost, it's like euphoric or something. It's weird. I'm not a religious person. I'm the exact opposite. I believe that this is heaven and this is as good as it gets. Make this fucking shit that's going on right now the best that it can possibly be for you, because when it's over, it's the most final thing ever. You're dead, you're done. Yeah. So that's what I believe. So as I start to get into like fasting and all the, I used to call this hippie shit 2 years ago.
Sure.
If I talked to me 2 years ago, I'd be like, this dude is a fucking crackpot. He's nuts. But this is how I am. Show me. Prove it to me.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking believe.
Yeah, Mark and after I was addicted to opioids, I reached out to him for help, and then he had me on like a, different diets and whatever. And then I decided to go on a carnivore diet. And everybody told me, dude, what are you doing? That's so crazy, blah, blah. That carnivore diet was so helpful because it was mainly like fasting and then eat a little bit of meat. Fasting and eat a little bit of meat. And then I switched to adding a little bit of fruit into it. You know, just basically like a meat and fruit diet. It's very simple, but it helps so much. And I think so many people are not willing to just actually try something that might be really hard.
They can't give up the snacks.
And what was your diet like the rest of the diet?
Because you've been exercising forever too, right?
Yeah, I always worked out.
Yeah, you always worked out.
And I did different types of diets here and there, but nothing that ever really stuck. And I even tried keto.
I reached out to you years ago. Do you remember? Yeah.
Before Gary, I had done some keto. Yeah, it was whatever. But when you do the actual whole protocol that Gary does.
Lifestyle.
So what's the rest of his diet like for you?
That's it. I do keto. I do strict keto. You know, every once in a while, like Lorenzo Fertitta, my partner, he does carnivore. So
he's very
he does
jacked,
carnivore,
right? Yeah,
fucking
pretty
loves,
jacked.
Yeah, he's jacked. And he fucking loves it. And you know what you start to realize as you get older? You guys 50 yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you?
I'm 50.
48.
51, actually.
Yeah. So once you hit 50, you start to realize, A, you can't do the shit you did when you were fucking 30, right? You can't do the shit you did when you were 42 when you're 50. And you don't need as much food as you did when you were younger. It's like, it's almost like eating has become more of a luxury for us these days than it is a necessity. When you really think back to where we came from, think about where we came from. You would go out and hunt, and you would, get your food, you would eat it, and you wouldn't fucking eat again until you hunted again.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, these people would hunt, eat, fast, then eat again. How does that not make sense? It totally makes sense.
You had to burn a lot of calories to get your food.
Your refrigerator, you ever hear it referred to as an ice box?
Yeah.
It was called an ice box because what they did is they put ice in a fucking box. And you would put your shit that you wanted to keep in there in the ice box.
And there's
That's
only
when
a little
refrigeration
bit, only a little bit of
started,
stuff, yeah.
Right? So before refrigeration, there was no processed foods. There wasn't, you just didn't go to the fucking fridge and pull shit out of the fridge. You hunted, you made it, then you ate, and you didn't eat again until you fucking hunted. That just completely makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think that we've lost our way with all the processed foods and different things that you can eat.
Try to diet and try to sit down on a fucking Sunday and watch TV. You got fucking Del Taco and fucking Doritos and you name all the shit that's thrown at you all day. And you're like, yeah, let me grab some fucking Doritos. And it just becomes part of, it just.
Yeah, you're watching UFC, you're eating some pizza and some wings, right?
Let's order pizza, let's order 100%.
So Gary got you on a diet, did all your blood work. Is there any supplements or drugs? Like is there testosterone or anything like that you're using?
I take, all the pills that I take now are all supplements. I'm on supplements. The other thing is that I was on testosterone before.
You just get fatter.
The wrong kind and too much. He's got me on fucking barely any now. So I take a small shot of testosterone two times a week. And that's the other thing too. When you see people online, they think that testosterone or steroids are the fucking answer to everything, right? Oh yeah, he's on fucking bullshit. Take too much of the fucking TRT and, the way some of these guys, TRT has become the magic fucking, everybody thinks it's the magic fucking pill. Yeah. So you go to the local fucking TRT guy around here, and what happens is...
That's because this guy's movie.
Yeah.
They put you on some, and this is what you do. You go like this, and then you go like this, right? Gary's got me on some shit where you literally go like this. And when you get the right amount of the right kind, at the right whatever, you feel fucking awesome. When you don't, you feel like shit.
Yeah.
And you actually gain weight, and it's terrible.
The abs come from the diet, not from, nobody gets ripped on testosterone.
Abs come from only a couple of things, right? Proper diet, and the nutrition as far as the supplements that you take and what you do, and fucking hard work. That's it. You have to come, this gym, a month and a half ago was a completely different gym. I was doing the same workout with the same equipment for almost 2 years. I literally gutted this whole fucking gym, sent all the equipment to the police department, I donated it to the police, and then rebuilt this entire gym because I want to go to another level this year. And my thing used to be, when I was you sent me to Slingshot before, I was benching, I benched 355 in New York at Gold's Gym, like maybe 10, 12 years ago, or whatever it was. And I would always fuck around with bench press. Then I blew my shoulder out.
Shit.
Had to go through recovery and all that stuff. I do lightweight for reps. I don't care about how much I bench anymore, any of that kind of shit. All that's out the window. I just want to feel good and have a good and even the 10 years, I don't give a fuck how long I live. However that's going to play out, it is. I just want a good quality of life for the rest of my life. I want to feel good. I want to, and I told Gary, the problem is, and the reason that I've been so outspoken and vocal about this is once I turned 50, which seemed like yesterday, I'm about to be 55 in July, right?
Amazing.
I was like, fuck, man, I feel like shit. I was having all these problems. I'm like, this is what 50 feels like. Then when I met him and I started to feel incredible, I'm like, I feel incredible. And Brecka would go, no, you don't. You feel normal. This is what normal is supposed to feel like. And yeah, I'm all in for fucking
What made
normal.
you turn the corner? Because you said you didn't believe him. You thought he's full of shit. Like, oh yeah, I only got 10 years to live. Or you thought maybe even shorter period of time. But what made you believe what he said? Because it must have been obvious that you had high blood pressure. You probably weren't feeling good, weren't sleeping well, right?
How about this? I had 2 of the best doctors in the fucking country checking my shit all the time. My triglycerides were so fucking high that when Gary Brecka got like a call from the lab going, this guy could fucking drop dead at any minute. His triglycerides are through the roof.
Oh, it was like 700 something, right?
Yeah, 7 something, right?
That's wild.
I had doctors checking my blood all the time, right? Felt like shit. Been telling my doctors I feel like shit. Where Gary Brecka got me, first of all, Carrie Kasem. Remember Casey Kasem?
Yeah, Casey
His
Kasem.
daughter and I have been friends for years. And her and I are aligned in many ways, but I always was like, she's a fucking hippie. She's into all this fucking hippie shit. Come rub some fucking leaves on you and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
I just never believed in any of that shit. So she introduces me to Brecka. And at the time, my son just turned 21, so we had his party down in Miami. So Gary Brecka ended up being the guy to come do our IVs. And he's like, let me do your blood work. So when I found out that he could predict when you would die and be close to when you were going to die, I was like, fuck, that's all I want to know now. Tell me when I'm going to die, in a joking way, because
Right.
I thought this guy was a crock of shit. So he did my blood work. He said, let me fly out to Vegas and walk you through your blood work. I said, just fucking tell me when I'm going to die. He flies out here. I agree to it. This guy knows nothing about my medical history. And I'm one of these guys, my wife doesn't know what's wrong with me. I don't fucking walk around bitching and complaining about this and that like some little fucking pussy telling everybody, oh, I'm fucking aches. I got friends that get in a room with them for 10 minutes and every fucking thing that's wrong with them. I'm not that guy,
Yeah.
right? So Gary started walking me through what's wrong with me. Shit that I never fucking told anybody. And he was right. The big one was my legs. My legs were so fucked up that I had trouble putting my shoes on in the morning and stuff.
Really? Well, how are they fucked up?
He says it's because of my cholesterol. He says, so there's 2 different types of cholesterol. You can have, if you take a bucket and you put BBs in a bucket, you know how that is. Or you can put tennis balls in a bucket.
Yeah.
You want tennis balls, not BBs. And
Fluffy,
he said,
yeah.
mine were fucking BBs.
And that was your cholesterol in your blood.
Yeah, so I literally couldn't fucking move my legs. I couldn't do any of this. This is death row right here. So I built death row, all the nastiest leg fucking machines. I didn't do fucking legs for 10 years. I couldn't do legs. I could barely put my fucking shoes on. But
Your
when
legs
he told
like
me,
numb and swollen and all that
numb,
shit too?
Sort of the touch.
You had some of that, right?
Yeah, edema, where you blow up and get swelling in the
fucking
ankles.
terrible. My
and stuff.
ankles were huge
Yeah.
and fucking. So I would have these massage people come massage my legs, and it was fucking torture, man. It didn't feel good. So then when they're done, they'd stretch me out and do all this shit. I started doing Pilates. None of that shit worked. And I was like, I'm fucking 50. This is what happens when you're 50. But he came out and he said, your legs must be in pain all the time, and you must have trouble even tying your shoes. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Now I would tell my doctors this, right? Put me on a different fucking blood pressure medicine. Put me on another fucking, all this other shit. I was on thyroid medicine. I was doing the $10,000 cholesterol shots in the stomach.
Wow.
And my shit was still all fucked up. This dude shows up tells me what's wrong with me. And then he says to me, give me 12 weeks and I'll change your whole life.
Wow.
Okay, motherfucker, I can do anything for 12 weeks. I'll give this guy 12 weeks. Understand, I believe in none of this.
Yeah.
In 6 weeks, I'm a completely different person. I start to feel it. You start to feel so good. I'm like, I'll do this for the rest of my fucking life. It didn't take 12 weeks.
Why do you think people online are so dismissive of, like, you know, a lot of people do talk shit, like you said. Why do you think they are like that?
Well, let me tell you this. I'll tell you right now, name the fucking celebrity. They're with Gary Brecka right now.
Yeah.
They're all with Gary Brecka. These are people who have access to the best healthcare in the world. But none of them come out and talk. Some of them do. But nobody comes out and talks about it like I do.
Yeah.
Right? I talk about it so much that people think I'm getting paid and I'm part of this thing, right? First of all, not only do I not get paid to do it, I'm still paying this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Believe me, I pay him a lot of money. So, and I would never be a part of something that fucking scam people for money.
Yeah.
I don't need money. I'm good. I do this and open up. I let people look at my fucking blood work online, let people look at all my shit so that people can realize this is real. And I think everybody wants to feel good and everybody wants to be this way. Just show me how to do it.
Yeah.
Tell me how. And I think that's one of the cool things that Gary does is he gives a lot of this information out online for people to try to do. And my thing is always this. It's like, I don't care if you're Catholic, you're Muslim, you're gay, you're straight, you're this, you're that. Whatever your fucking deal is in life, live your life and be the happiest person that you could possibly be. If you don't believe what I'm saying and you don't want to take Gary Brecka's advice, don't. Go see your doctor.
What I think is really valuable is your enthusiasm about it, because like you said, you don't need it and you're so pumped about it, you're telling everybody, you know,
Look at what I've built here.
Yeah.
This is my office. You see my fucking house. Right? This
Yeah.
is where I fucking work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see my fucking house. My house, and I got a place up in Maine. I'm revamping that whole place. I used to have a bar up at my place in Maine. I used to get fucked up every night with all my cousins and drink and party and all that shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm building one of these up in Maine for even when I'm on vacation. When I travel, I bring a cold plunge. There's a cold plunge that goes everywhere with me all over the world.
That's amazing.
Unless they have places there. Like we just went to, we were in St. Louis, and they had a place called Float. I went over there and used their cold plunge and stuff like that. But when I tell you I'm all in on this, and this has completely changed my life, serious. And there's a lot of people that I care about in my life that you know, my cousin up in Maine, right? Me and him are like brothers, okay? We go on these big motorcycle rides every year. We're going to Sturgis this year, right? So he starts getting fucked up before the ride. You know, he's 58, 59 now. Starts losing his grip strength, arms going numb. Fucking, we go on a ride, his face starts getting paralyzed. I'm no doctor, but this dude's about to have a stroke.
Yeah.
So I fly him out to the Mayo Clinic in Arizona, right? Mayo Clinic, greatest fucking hospitals in the world. Goes through all the tests. They can't diagnose him, right? So after I did the whole Gary Brecka thing, Gary fucking blew up. And, you know, he's got
huge.
fucking everybody. So he's got a girl that works for him named Stephanie. Stephanie works with me now. She comes out here once a week and you know, Gary's busy. He's got his shit going on. I let him do his thing. I'm not one of those guys up his ass 24 hours. My fucking toe hurts. What do I do? You know what I mean? I'm on the fucking protocol. I know what I'm doing. And I don't try to bother him with other stuff unless it's serious. So they can't diagnose my cousin David with what's wrong with him. I said, fuck it. I'm in Nashville on a trip, on the motorcycle trip, and he's getting fucked up. I call Gary, my assistant, and I said, send David's blood work to Gary right now. And see. 30 minutes later, okay? Now, he's already been to the doctor in Maine, and I flew him to the Mayo Clinic. Nobody has an answer what's wrong with this fucking guy. Gary calls me back. We're at a bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
Right? Watching this guy. Gary calls me back in 30 minutes and says, he's got Lyme disease.
Really?
Yeah. Motherfucker. Gary says, sends a bunch of stuff out for him to take. 3 days fucking later, David's better and on the mend. Yeah.
Wow, man. That's
Fucking
that's
true
amazing.
story.
Jesus Christ.
I need to talk to Gary because I've had so many like health issues that like I train all the time. I do 99% of all the stuff you're talking about, but there's like something missing.
I could tell you so many stories about big celebrities that you know. I won't. There's fucking HIPAA laws and shit that you know, with Gary. Tell you about me and tell you about my cousin, you know, people that I know, whatever, my mother-in-law. I could go on for, you don't have enough fucking film in your camera for me to tell you what this guy has done in the last 2 years and what I've seen him do to people and how he's changed people's lives with crazy fucked up shit.
It's incredible.
Yeah. What changes?
Listen, I'm no fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I'm not like some sucker that's spending a bunch of money. Numbers don't lie. If you just take, you know, you say, oh, well, if you did this, you did that. Just take my fucking blood work and look at my blood work 2 years ago when I met him and look at my blood work now, right? And all the medicine and bullshit that I was taking every day that made me feel like shit, right down to the testosterone that most of the places in the fucking United States do anyway. There's some testosterone clinic anywhere in the fucking world. Yeah. I was doing it here for years and I felt like shit. Gary even tweaked my testosterone and got me on the right levels and all that shit.
Just fixed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being able to handle the stresses of your day, the stress of exercise, and being able to stick to your nutrition plan takes good rest and good quality sleep the night before. And if your mouth is opening during sleep or if you're snoring, well, your sleep quality is compromised. That's why we've partnered with the best mouth tape in the game, Hostage Tape. If you have a beard, it's going to stay on. If you have a CPAP, it's going to stay on. This tape is not going to fall off your mouth like most other tapes do when you're asleep. And to enhance the way you breathe through your nose, they also have nose strips.
Head over to hostagetape.com/powerproject where you can get a 3-month supply of hostage tape for only 65 cents a night. On top of that, you're going to receive a free pack of nose strips as well as a bedside tin. Again, that's at hostagetape.com/powerproject. Links in the description as well as the podcast show notes.
Can we ask you a little bit about the UFC?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about, because interesting, you guys recently switched over. You got rid of USADA. That seemed to be like a thorn in your guys' side.
Yep.
What was the purpose of getting?
I think a few of the other major sports are getting rid of USADA too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, the relationship wasn't working out. And you'd have to talk to my guys that actually handle that. You know, Nowitzki is the guy.
Yeah, I know Jeff. Yeah, I've talked to him before.
Jeff and Hunter Campbell, who's one of the lawyers here, handle the whole drug thing. Those guys know more about that shit than I do. When we got into the anti-doping business and we had USADA come in, it was the greatest fucking day of my life because it took all that shit out of my hand.
Took it off you.
I didn't have to deal with that bullshit anymore. But yeah.
Do you think the testing is too stringent? Because I know there's like a lot of things that people can use to recover and get better, peptides and all sorts of things.
No, I don't think it's too stringent. I think that obviously testing has gotten to a level now where, I mean, if you end up with a tainted fucking supplement, you know, with like the John Jones picograms of fucking whatever it is, yeah, you're fucked, you know? But it's more about, I think, what our team was worried about, their unwillingness to work with certain situations, to really dive in and investigate if somebody's really trying to fucking cheat or if somebody just pops for tainted supplements and things that can happen like that.
Yeah.
This is
we have the best drug testing policy in all of sports. I mean, we literally don't fuck around at all. When you think about where we were at the point in time when we decided to implement this program, we were sitting there and we're like, so we're going to spend $5 million a year to basically fuck up, you know, the sport. You know, this is going to hurt really fucking bad before it gets better.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, to really have, first of all, it's a combat sport. You shouldn't be fucking cheating and using performance-enhancing drugs, number one. Number two, if we do this the right way and make this as hard fucking core as possible, it will completely clean up the sport, which will increase the longevity of the athletes, mentally and physically, and all the things. I mean, bigger, stronger, faster. You basically, you know, laid it out. You know, using performance-enhancing drugs also has, you know, mental health issues that come into play when you're on steroids. It's like some of these bodybuilders, right? It's basically like anorexia. You're never big enough.
Body image problems.
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many issues that go along with performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah. So you don't think we'll see, like, in the future, people being able to, because we have guys now that are fighting later than ever, older than ever. You don't think that they'll allow them to do testosterone in the future and things like that? That's pretty much gone, and you don't want that.
And no, not at all. Listen, when you retire, when you're not playing fucking sports and you're not competing against other people, knock yourself out.
Do what you want.
Whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? I actually agree with you that not all steroids are bad and they get a bad rap and shit like that. But the problem is that when you start, it's like anything else. It's like these people that fuck with their face, right? You fucking tweak your face one thing, it's like, that's not your last fucking rodeo. You know what I mean? Oh shit, now this looks weird. Now that looks weird. Then they end up looking like fucking monsters. You know what I mean?
Control, yeah.
All these things that you fucking do, there's always another level.
I was watching a video the other day, and this guy, Brian Johnson, who's trying to live to be 1,000, looks like a vampire, was watching your video and critiquing it. And he was reading this quote, and he goes, that's way too long to have on the wall, blah, blah. And then when I read it, I go, what a pussy that guy is. Like, this is what that guy should be promoting, not like...
But this is the truth.
He's like, that's way too long of a quote. It should just say, have a nice day. And you're like, how's that going to get... We're going to end up like you.
Yeah.
Like the guy.
You're absolutely right. Listen, if that doesn't resonate with you, you're not that guy.
Yeah.
You're not that fucking guy if that doesn't resonate with you. It's like I always talk about, I don't want to fuck up his business, but these guys that teach you how to be rich and like how to be successful? So when I was a kid, I used to I didn't have a car, I rode a bike to do all the things that I used to do. I used to teach these classes. And I bought Tony Robbins tapes. And they're great. They got good stuff on them. I listened to them one time. One fucking time. Took the knowledge from it. If you're on like your fucking 43rd Tony Robbins seminar, you're not the guy. You should probably get a fucking job.
Same thing. I run into a lot of people. They're like, I read that book. I'm like, but you're not acting on any of the things you read.
It's a one time. You take that knowledge from somebody that has, I'm trying to think of what his first fucking tape series was, but Awaken the Giant Within or something like that. It was fucking great. Tons of great information on it. Heard it one time. That's all I needed. And I was on my way.
And I think the way he
And I
got
took other
famous is from inspiring people, which is
100%.
weird because what do you even do? Like with Tony Robbins, I'm like, what do you even do? You just
Tony's
fire
brilliant.
people up. Yeah,
Tony
he's
is
great.
brilliant. Tony, the shit that he teaches you is legit.
Oh, it's
if
amazing.
you apply it, you only need to hear that shit one fucking time.
And
I
then
don't need to
move
go
on.
to fucking 53 seminars to hear it. I hear it once, got it, get
Yeah.
it, I'm on it, and you go.
Yeah.
You seem like you're really happy, but I don't know, maybe you've always been happy, but have people noticed like changes in you that you're happier, you're smiling more?
It's not even that I'm happier. It's a different energy level now. You know what I mean? I was like this when I was fucking in my 30s and early 40s. Then as I started to get into my mid 40s and into my 50s, I was falling asleep in the middle of meetings. I felt like shit, And then, you start to feel like, okay, this must be what it feels like to get older. This must be what happened. Because you've seen it happen to other people in your life that got older.
Yeah.
Do you still get mad? Do you still get frustrated? You seem pretty calm.
Yeah, I'm definitely more mellow. I think that comes
Life experience.
with age and experience and success. You start to chill out. You're not a fucking maniac like you were 25 years ago. Thank God. But that was fun too. I mean, in building the business,
Yeah.
I like conflict. I don't run from conflict. I run into conflict. I like conflict. I'm in the conflict business. That's what we fucking do.
all
here,
it is. Yeah.
Right? So it's almost a lot more fun when you have people to compete with every day. Like when you actually have a competitor. So I don't compete with any combat sports people. Those guys, everybody out there that's doing combat sports are not. Now competitions to me are the NFL, movies, things that I have to compete with on Saturdays, right? You have to take your wife out to dinner on fucking Saturday, whatever it is. Those are the things that I compete with now. So I try to figure out ways to, how can I get you home on Saturday? Every fucking Saturday, you know, to watch the fights. And part of that is delivering a good product. Like in the boxing business, many years I was a boxing fan, and I would turn the TV off on Saturday night and go, motherfucker, they got me again. I stayed home and wasted a night and spent fucking $60 and this thing sucked.
Yep.
That's what I don't ever want people to feel when they watch my product. You know, I want them to have such a great experience, whether it's live, at home, or in a bar, that's where they want to be on fucking Saturday.
You guys had that UFC 300 card, and a lot of people were online were barking that it was like, oh, it's not going to be that good, and ends up being the best show you ever put on. I think, you know, it was
what we do.
Fantastic. And then the one just the other night was phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Phenomenal.
And you know what's beautiful is that the experts, the goofballs that are online that are paid to talk about this stuff. When I tell you that these fucking people know nothing about the sport, they literally know nothing. Forget about the business side.
Yeah.
They know less than nothing about the business side of this. But just the fight side of it, they know nothing. There was a guy going, how about we had some people that ran this business that actually knew the sport? Are you out of your fucking
Who said
mind?
that?
Some fucking lunatic online. You know, some guy who's,
Yeah.
you know, trying to get people to watch
Trying to
his
get
shit.
clout.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's kind of what
But
people are doing
these
now.
people literally, and that's the thing that you have to understand. It's like when we're talking about the Gary Brecka side. These people who are paid to cover the sport absolutely know nothing about the sport. These people that, when we're talking about Gary Brecka, listen, I've been experiencing this for 2 fucking years, and other people that I care about that I've brought into this that have experienced it. And it is.
You do a lot of things that are just really interesting, like everybody was all over Bud Light. They lost $30 billion, and you're like, yep, I'm signing back up with them. You know, and I think that just takes a lot of courage.
Well,
to
I have
be
that
out.
experience too. Let's just say this. I've experienced other beer companies.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about woke, let me tell you what, if you don't like woke, you should be drinking fucking gallons of Bud Light, okay? You should have fucking drums of it in your fucking garage and drinking Bud Light as fast as you can. Because let me tell you what, the other beer companies out there, you don't know what
Even
woke,
worse,
You
huh?
don't know what woke is.
Wow. Wow. That's
I've
interesting, but
actually-
like nobody knows that.
I've had these experiences personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me to say, yeah, I'm going to go with Bud Light, it ain't about fucking money. Everybody's like, oh, he sold out for the money, blah, 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 blah.
So they say, yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I ain't selling out for anything.
Where did all this come from, you think? Like, is this from your parents, or like you always been this way, always been this driven, or?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, in 16, we sold, and this was basically like a Microsoft of fighting. You know, there were a lot of people that retired in 16. And obviously I could, why the fuck would I want to retire? I love what I do. Not only have I not retired, I started Power Slap. Me and the Fertitas own Throw One, which is Ridiculousness on MTV.
Oh, yeah.
Nitro Circus, SLS Skate League, and Travis Pastrana's Nitro Cross. I own another company called Three Step that we're running right now. I started fucking Howler Head Whiskey. I mean, I'm busier now than I've ever been in my entire life. I'm about to be 55, and you know, we sold the UFC in 2016.
Yeah.
That's what I love to do.
Have you always been that way? Like from the time you were a kid, you've always
Yeah.
been driven like this?
Yeah, I've always been, yeah.
East Coast. Yeah, East Coast guy. I read a book. There's a book about MMA, and it talked about you meeting Andre Agassi, like when you were young or something. And
Well, Andre grew up here.
yeah, and somebody said they were talking, and they're like, "Who's the most interesting person you met?" There was a party with a bunch of celebrities, and you were there, and you weren't. Nobody knew who you were. And he said the most interesting I met was this guy Dana White, and I just thought that was so cool. Like Andre Agassi was like, "Oh, this guy's the coolest guy," you know, like because you get it, you know.
Thanks.
I think that was called Blood in the Cage. That book.
Really?
It was, yeah, have you ever read that?
No,
book?
no.
That book is great.
No.
It's,
I try to stay away from most MMA stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I stay in my
it's a
own
well-written
little
book.
bubble
It's a
here.
Sports
and
Illustrated written book. It's good, and it talks
Yeah,
all about the beginnings of the UFC.
I
and-
stay in my own little bubble. I don't even like to hear any of the outside shit.
Yeah.
I just sort of do my thing here and
Focus.
block all that fucking white noise out.
Awesome.
Can you give us some of the habits that you've adopted that are in your day-to-day? You mentioned like cold plunge, and like what are maybe some other things that you're doing on a daily
Yeah,
basis?
so my thing is right over there is the oxygen therapy thing. You know, Brecka believes that, you know, everybody's deficient in oxygen. So I'll tell you something else that's crazy. So he believes that the absence of oxygen, what is it? No, the presence of oxygen is the absence of disease. Since I met this fucking dude, I haven't been sick one day. I haven't had a cold, a sniffle, fucking nothing. You know how many people I interact with every Saturday? Pictures and shaking hands and all this shit from all over the world. I haven't been sick in 2 years. Not the flu, not a cold, nothing. I do the cold plunge, red light therapy, the oxygen therapy, and the PEMF pad I have in my bed. And I do this shit religiously.
And that's what,
multiple times a week, if
grounding?
not every day.
Grounding pad? Is that
Yeah,
what that is?
exactly. And then I do my workout. So every day, my whole routine takes about 2 hours. And, you know, and I eat keto. Sometimes I go off here and there and eat some stuff. Like Lorenzo, I went, Christmas, I went to Italy. And Lorenzo's like, don't be a fucking asshole and eat keto in Italy. Eat the fucking food,
Yeah.
which is another thing. I ate what I wanted out there. Pizza, bread, all that shit. I lost 5 pounds. in
Everybody
Italy.
says that.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The best food in the world, right? Tasting, and you actually lose weight. Now, you eat pizzas out here, you feel like you just fucking ate a pillow. You know what I mean? And you feel like shit for 3 hours, and it's fascinating. It's weird, man. There's a lot of weird shit going on
Yeah, there's
right
something
now.
wrong with the way we're eating.
There's something wrong with the food.
There is a lot of chemicals in the food that are illegal in Canada, illegal in even Mexico, right? And
100%.
we're putting all that stuff. And we actually make the versions for Canada here. So it's like we have it in our factories here, but we still put the red dye in there that gives kids autism and like all these other problems, you know, so.
If you think that this government gives a shit about you, you're out of your mind. That's why all these people that like, you know, that talk about the government paying off their student loans, the government paying for them to live, the government, that shit doesn't work. You know what I want? I want less government. I want the government out of my fucking life, right? I'll pay my taxes, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Stay out of my life. That's it. There's something wrong with our food. There's definitely something wrong with our health care. The list goes on and on. The other thing that you fucking worry about is these, you know, the liberal side of it where they're talking about population control.
Yeah.
When you have fucking people that start worrying about the population and that we're overpopulated, yeah, a red flag better pop up somewhere.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're definitely too tethered to our food and too tethered to our pharmaceuticals.
100%. I agree. Yeah, I'm in a great place in my life, mentally, physically, and every other way. I love what I'm doing, the people that I'm doing with. I just sort of live in my own little bubble here and just do my thing. I don't give a.
Yeah,
It was
I heard
like
you
when
say-
I was going to go through COVID, right? And the way that the rest of the world reacted, I was like, fuck you. You guys go hide in your houses, do your thing, right? Because this COVID thing doesn't fucking make. How about there's no more talk about COVID? No more
Nothing.
talk about COVID. Where are the fucking masks? Where are all the deaths? Where are all the people that are fucking dying of COVID? Well, it's just over?
It's done.
It fucking disappeared. COVID's been around since the 70s, right?
Yeah.
This was a fucking organized, planned fucking.
Oh, it was terrible.
I thought what you did was
It was
amazing.
terrible.
Fighter Island, you
It
just
never made
just
sense
shifted.
to me. And I was like, if this is that fucking bad, we're all dead anyway, right? Let me tell you where I'm not going to die, hiding in my house. This is America, motherfucker. We don't fucking roll over and quit
Yeah.
and fucking go curl up in a ball and hide in our fucking houses. We're going to go through this. We're going to make it or not.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that what I was staring down the barrel of was laying off 35% of my fucking team that helped me build this fucking company. This is a fucking battleship. And we get up and we go to war every fucking day, and guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna power through this, or we're all going down together.
Yeah.
And you know what? My fucking whole team got up and we stormed the beach and we got through this motherfucker.
I think you being in the shape that you're in and all the stuff you're doing is like, it's one of the most inspirational things to like guys like us, like our age. You know what I mean? Like you've become the guy that people look up to, which I think is really cool.
You mentioned you hate sleep. Be
Yeah.
cool if you could elaborate on that.
Yeah, so it's a fact. Like last night, I had to go home at midnight because I'd been up for like fucking almost 48 hours, right? I'm like, I have to fucking sleep tonight. I got 8 hours last night because I'd been up for like 48 hours, but I love my life so much. Like every minute of my life, I'm like, I don't want to go to fucking bed, right? I'm not gonna waste fucking time sleeping because I love everything that I'm doing. That's how fucking crazy I am about my life. Yeah, I love every minute of my life and I hate to sleep.
It's incredible.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Now, a quick question on Bill Maher. You said you drive to work in the morning, but you
Oh,
don't
yeah, we're
drive home.
confused.
We're so confused about it.
I drive to work but don't drive home?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of cars in the garage.
That's what we
downstairs.
figured. That's what he said. It's
So
like,
I got my cars that I drive, and I have a car that I'm driven in.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And then someone's got to take the car back or something, right?
Yeah. I got guys that fucking move
Exactly.
cars around, and
that's
yeah.
that's what we figured, but we're just like, how does that work? You
So
go there, jump on.
my two guys that drive me home, or I'll go out at night and do what I do, and then they drive me home, and then my guy who runs my house brings my other car to the house in the morning.
This needs to be an
before I
Instagram-
wake up.
An Instagram reel.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
that's even more inspirational.
Yeah, as you get older too, and I'm busy and shit. So when we drive, I use the drive time to do a lot of phone shit.
Yeah,
I'm on the phone a lot when we drive. So I'll bang out all my phone calls while we're driving, and then go out, have dinner, and gamble, and do all the shit that I do, and then go home.
Has
Have
the
a
rest
lot
of
of
the
fun.
family made some adjustments with you?
Oh yeah. My kids, my son's here. He cold plunges every day, and the whole family does the routine now. Yeah, even my kids who are young, and my kids are fucking 21 and 22. My sons, and they do it. Yeah.
Cool.
You
Yep.
love the gambling, huh?
What's that?
You love gambling, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my listen. I should probably get a different hobby, like fucking bird watching or something. But yeah, gambling is my hobby, man. I love it.
Amazing. Yeah.
I love it.
Cool. Thank you so much, man.
right,
I really
man.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
Thanks.
Good to see you, brother. Did you guys see the spa?
No, I don't think we've seen everything.
Come on, let me show you. We built this building in 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep expanding my office.
So is this part of your office?
Huh?
Is this part of your
This
office?
is my office. Yeah, this is all my office here. Yeah.
Amazing.
Meathead millionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is my closet. So I basically built this fucking place so I never have to.
This is a closet.
Yeah. Here's gambling from last night right here.
Jesus.
So I basically built this place so I never have to leave, right? Anything I need is here. So when I pack to travel,
That's sick.
got clothes, got all my shit here.
Stacks
Then
of
in
money.
here,
Yeah, that's from last night. He said. This
so
is
this is
sick.
my office.
This picture up here.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah, so
What's
this
that from?
this is an Iraqi. So Iraqi is this famous Japanese photographer, and this is like his biggest, baddest piece. That's a real Japanese Yakuza. And the tattoos tell the story of what family he's from in the Yakuza. So then
It's fucking wild.
come in here. Yeah, this is all my office. From here, all the way over that way is my office. So
craziest office
this is
I've
where I
ever
do
seen.
most of my meetings and shit like that. And here,
Very cool.
Where do you have the cold plunge and the oxygen?
that's where we're headed now. So
And the Howler Head is your company?
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I started that during the pandemic, actually. While everybody was
Yeah,
hiding.
I've seen it. I just didn't know. I didn't know it was yours. I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
You lost weight since that picture.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
15 pounds, maybe?
I love that.
Yeah, that's sick.
I had that installed in my office after my New Year's Eve incident.
Oh, shit.
Swear to God, just every day when I came in here to say, remember, people are trying to fucking kill you right now.
I love that. Well, and ultimately, too, it's you, right? Like, it's you that's trying to kill you sometimes.
Yeah, well,
biggest
listen,
fucking enemy sometimes.
Well, you saw the
Self-sabotage.
FedEx thing the other day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, so, people are on both sides of that thing. It's like, first of all, what we have to realize now, different than when we grew up, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're being watched 24 fucking 7.
The guy just chucking the packages,
yeah,
right?
and it doesn't have to be malicious or
Right.
whatever, but you're being watched. So if you're drunk and you act like a fucking asshole, if you go out and do stupid shit, you say stupid shit, you're always being watched.
Right.
And then that video footage will end up somewhere, and you're going to be judged by different groups of people.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. So there's the oxygen therapy right here. So what you do is you turn the oxygen on, it fills this bag up, and then you put the mask on and you do your cardio with the oxygen.
You go on there for what, 40 minutes?
Yeah,
30
no,
minutes?
do 10 minutes.
10
do
minutes.
10 minutes of oxygen therapy. Yep. 10 minutes, and yeah, that's that.
Cool.
So you just stand in there? What do you do?
No, you put the mask on.
Oh, and you run. Oh,
yeah, and you get on the treadmill and do your 10.
Gotcha.
You just do 10 minutes of oxygen therapy while you're doing cardio, which opens up
Do you
your
usually
lungs.
just
and-
walk or?
Yeah, I walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can run. You can do whatever you want. Gary and his whole crew, they do the fucking Aerodyne on
Oh,
that thing
shit,
for 10
the
minutes.
sprint?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Maniac. He looks like he's in
Yeah.
great shape too.
Fuck the Aerodyne. I hate
You excited
that
about
fucking
that
thing.
spear?
I actually pulled that bike out of here.
You excited the sphere show you guys are having?
Yeah.
That's gonna be sick, huh? I heard you talking about it.
Brother, let me tell you what. I'm going to put on a fucking show
Yeah, you said
that
you're
will
gonna blow
never
away.
be replicated again.
That's
and,
great.
And even especially for one night, because when you think about what it costs to go in and do these events, right? U2 goes in there and they do 40-something nights. So that cost is amortized across 40 events. I'm going in one fucking night, one and done.
Yeah.
The amount of money that this costs to put this event on, and this thing's going to be a love letter to Mexicans. If you are Mexican, you better be in that fucking building or at least watch it because it's going to be sick.
Wow.
Yeah, it's badass. I have a lot of respect for Mexican fighters
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
and the culture.
When is that one?
September, first week of September.
You know you don't know who's fighting yet, right? That's too far away.
Yeah, we're working on that shit
Yeah,
right
we're
now. So then I when I really started to get into the Gary Brecka shit, I expanded my office into here, built this whole spa in here. This I literally just finished. This just got done. So it doesn't have furniture or anything in it yet. But this is the red light therapy bed. You do 20 minutes in this, 10 minutes of oxygen therapy, 30 minutes on the PEMF pad, 3 minutes of cold plunge, and then that's it. You do that every morning.
And you have this at your house. You have it
This
here.
gets-
You have it a
I
bunch of
have-
spots.
This gets rid of all the my inflammation markers are at fucking zero.
Really?
Gets rid of all the
From this?
inflammation in your body from the whole protocol,
Yeah.
from doing the whole thing. Zero inflammation in my body. So
That's
you know,
that's what I need. I had like a lot of chronic pain, and I had my
telling you.
hips replaced, and
well, you know when you fly too,
Yeah.
and you feel all fucking stiff, or you eat like food that has a bunch of bad shit in it that
Yeah.
makes you feel, you never have that feeling.
yeah.
Fucking gets rid of all that shit in your body. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one here is this is the best one on the market. You don't need goggles with this. You actually go in there with no goggles. And Gary says it's good for your eye. Rogan absolutely believes that this has helped his eyesight.
Yeah.
And I don't wear glasses.
I
can
need
still
that
see
too.
perfectly.
My eyesight's going.
Yeah, my eyes are perfect, man.
That's great.
Yeah,
You think Tyson's going to win?
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope
too.
so.
I hope so too.
I think everybody's kind of cheering for him.
No doubt about it.
It looks like he's-
Tyson is so beloved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, he's
you don't want to
unbelievable.
see
So
this
fucking awesome.
this fucking dick beat Tyson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Well, he's 60 fucking years old
Yeah,
too. You know, when they fight, he'll be 58.
Yep.
This is the PMF pad. I just have one in here just in case, but this is in my bed at home. You turn the machine on and you set the settings and it goes for 30 minutes. You sleep and basically alkalines your body. And
Right.
you know, alkaline water's bullshit. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, yeah. This is a way to get like grounded.
100%.
almost. Go outside barefoot.
Sleep on that.
Oh, there we go. The masterpiece.
Oh wow, that's a sick one.
Oh yeah. That'll get you.
I do 3 minutes at 50. And then a lot of people do sauna. I do the steam. I like the steam clears you out.
Yeah.
Especially before I do the oxygen therapy.
I want to have a serious conversation with you about your balls, and I'm being serious here. On this podcast, we talked about a lot of things to help men improve the health of their penis because it's important. And your balls have very thin skin. This is true. You can touch them right now, and you know it's pretty thin. Women do a lot of things to take care of their vaginal health, and men, we don't really think about the things that we put right directly on our balls, like our boxers. A lot of popular brands out there have chemicals that are literally touching your balls. Think about this. When you're in the gym sweating, when you're at work sitting, when you're doing all these things could be permeating into your scrotum. Things like BPA, phthalates, pesticides, insecticides, toxic dyes, toxic fertilizers, formaldehyde, all of which could lead to and could exacerbate lower testosterone, erectile dysfunction, and potential infertility. That's why I've partnered with NADS. And NADS is made with 100% organic cotton and no toxic dyes. So instead of putting just anything on your manhood, it's a good idea to get your hands on some NADS. And Andrew, how can they get it?
Yes, that's over at nadsunder.com. That's NADS under.com. And at checkout, enter promo code PowerProject to save 15% off your entire order. Again, that's at nadsunder.com. Links in the description as well as the podcast show notes.
Yeah.
This is so wild. It's like nicer than any gym, and it's just your fucking office.
Right? This is
So
my
cool,
philosophy on offices. And me and Ari disagreed when we first started doing this, but this is where you spend fucking 60% of your life.
Right.
Is at the office. So you set yourself up to not fail. There's no excuses.
Right.
I'm too fucking busy. I'm this. So I'll be in here doing my shit. People coming in here through my whole workout, telling me, this fucking da-da-da-da-da, talking to me about whatever, and, you know, stop your workout for a few minutes, deal with your business, do what you have to do, and then get back into it.
So it just allows you to go all day long.
100%.
Yeah, I call it microdosing. You microdose exercise and you're into your day-to-day.
100%. listen, I'm obviously very lucky that I have the means to do this at this point in my life, but if I didn't, what the fuck have I been working my whole life for if I can't take care of myself now?
There's other ways though to get a lot of these things going though too. I mean, even something as simple as someone going outside and going on a walk.
Yeah.
I think people are always thinking about consuming energy. They're thinking about energy drinks, but you can make your own energy.
You'll see my staff walking circles around the parking lot out here. They do. Come here, I'll show you the last piece of the puzzle right here. This is my kitchen.
Fuck it Fridays.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the last piece of the puzzle.
Have you tried Piedmontese beef before?
What's that?
Piedmontese beef. Piedmontese, it's grass-fed, grass-finished. The beef is leaner than any meat on the planet.
No.
The
And
cows,
and more tender.
the cows are fucking jacked. They're jacked cows.
I'll show you.
Really?
Yeah, see if you can find a picture.
We got to show it to my
It's really
chefs.
good. I'll send it out to you.
We'll send you some meat.
These two chefs cook better keto food than you'll ever have anywhere, man.
This is a Piedmontese bull. That's what it looks like. It's just
Holy
jacked.
fuck.
And so
So a fillet from them has like 2 or 3 grams of fat as opposed to like 10.
it's
per
incredible. We got every bodybuilder and every like top fitness guy eating this beef, and we're not even involved in it. They just send us free meat because we talk about like sort of like
Right.
Gary Brecka.
Right.
We talk about it so much they love us, so they send us free shit. But if you want us to send you some, we'll send
Yeah,
it
when
out.
we first
to these
got
guys.
involved with them, they did like
Gary
40.
doesn't send me free shit. I gotta
I'll
figure
send you
that
free
piece out.
shit.
He keeps charging you more.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
send you
so-
some. We'll send you some meat.
So when you look at the way that I've set this thing up, there's no fucking excuses.
Right.
Oh, is it work and I had this? I fucking hate excuses. So I make sure that I design my life so there's no fucking excuse. Period.
Incredible.
You know what the other thing is too when we're talking about the people online that or whatever, I think that everybody has their own philosophies and the things that they believe. You know, it's like religion And lots of other things in life. And I think that, you know, a lot of people have to first of all, a lot of people don't have information. If you were given the information, right, and you had the ability to go through it and then start to experience it, you would change your mind on certain things. But, you know, it's like sitting down and having an argument. You guys are carnivore and believe in meat, which I do too,
Yeah.
as opposed to talking to a vegan.
Yeah, and a vegan will argue with you about it. And they'll
100%.
have all their narratives all
Yeah.
set up.
Nina Drama,
Yeah.
the influencer that does stuff with us. I love her to death and whatever. She's a vegan. And I'm like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
And she thinks I'm nuts. And, you know, so you're always going to have people who have different opinions on things, and you have to find out what works for you. It's like, I didn't believe in any of this shit. And now I'm like, I am a fucking believer. It's almost like it's become like almost a religion to me.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
you
I
gotta
mean? I'm not
give
a
the-
religious person, but this is like
Yeah.
my religion.
The
It's
new
fucking
information, you got to give it grace and some space and some time and think about it. And then eventually you're like, oh, well, let me just try it. Let me stop being so stubborn and just give it a shot.
100%. And it's about what works for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we always say, like, if you did everything Gary says, it's going to work. Do we care if it's scientifically backed? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, if Lane Norton, you called him a juice head because he was saying, he was like talking shit like that online. And I think he went on his Twitter and killed
What's
him.
fascinating about that guy is you take all this time out of your day to go shit on somebody else who's actually helping lots of people.
That's what I say. Yeah.
Where are the fucking testimonials of the people you're helping? Who are you helping? Show us what you've done. Show us some of the, you know, I get it. Some of these doctors get fucking jealous. They went to school for all these years and did all the shit. And Gary Brecka's coming in and this guy's fucking blown up overnight.
Yeah.
And he's killing it. He's doing very well. And all the most powerful, rich, famous people are working with him, right? So I could see the jealousy side of it. But to go out of your way and consistently shit on somebody, numbers don't fucking lie. I run a business,
Yeah.
right? Numbers don't lie. Everything in my life, including all my numbers, all my blood and everything, are the best they've ever been. And I'm 55 fucking years old. How can you poke holes in
Can't
anything?
dispute that. Yeah.
In any of it. It is what it is. And it's not like it's just me. It's the people who have, it's one thing if you're like a preacher and you go in and you're selling eternal life to old people that are about to fucking die and you're taking all their money. You're dealing with really intelligent people who are very successful, who have a shitload of money and could do this shit with anybody. And they're doing it with Gary Brecka consistently.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You think this information is going to get censored? This kind of information?
It's without a
I
fucking...
mean, it's happening already. The thing with Peloton and all that, right?
Without a fucking...
Peloton things are great.
Yeah, he chucked out all his Peloton bikes or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the Peloton thing is what I can't stand is that these sponsors have become so, they think they've become so fucking powerful that they can tell people how to run their business, live their life, vote, whatever. Fuck you. Fuck you. You can take all your money and shove it up your fucking ass. And now the beautiful thing about social media is you have a voice and you can go out and fucking, you know, like the Peloton thing. The last thing I ever want to do is cancel anybody.
Yeah.
I don't believe in canceling. But you, and that guy just stepped down from Peloton.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Yeah. You were trying to censor a fucking Kennedy who's actually a Democrat.
Yeah.
And you were trying to fuck with Theo Vaughn and what he does for a living because you were a sponsor of the podcast. You know what I mean? If you want to be a sponsor, you sponsored Theo Vaughn for a reason,
Yeah.
right? You became a sponsor for a reason. Your people and marketing team thought that he was the right place for you to advertise. Now you think that you have the right to call him and censor him and tell him who he can't. And a Kennedy and a Democrat. I lean conservatively,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? But you're trying to censor a fucking Kennedy?
Is that why you
Who the
walked-
fuck are you?
Is that why you walked off on Howie
you,
Mandel?
You sell fucking stationary bikes for a living, you fucking clown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who the fuck do you think
Is that
you
why
are?
you walked off of Howie Mandel because he was fucking with
No,
Kennedy
no, no.
too? Or was
Howie
was that a joke?
So
Or does nobody know?
I did the Sage Steel podcast, right?
I remember that. Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Howie Mandel owns the facility, right? It's an incredible place.
Yeah.
So the thing's over. Howie Mandel walks into the podcast after and says, I do 100 podcasts here a week. I've never sat through one and listened. I sat through your whole interview. You know, you're incredible. I love what you stand for, this, that. So me and him start talking. We hit it off. So he's like, look, can I show you around the place? So we're walking around. He's involved in all kinds of really cool shit, social media stuff and whatever. And he says, would you do me a favor? I'm like, yeah. Would you come in, sit down on my podcast and walk out? He goes, it'll be the most fucking viral thing ever. I said, I would be honored to walk out of your podcast. I'm so fucking tired of doing podcasts.
It was amazing.
So, yeah. So
was
then
amazing.
he's like, take this to the grave. Don't say anything. So I'm out with the Nelk boys and we're doing like this monkey bomb fucking thing. The whole crowd starts chanting, fuck Howie Mandel, fuck. I go, whoa, time out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Howie.
And he had to blow the.
I said, Howie Mandel is one of the greatest dudes ever.
Yeah,
Howie's awesome.
that's great.
Yeah, so,
That's funny though. That's good.
yeah.
You got me.
Got everybody.
Well, and
my phone was blowing up.
All the MMA people started making videos, but I watch all the MMA.
Well, I was
fucking
like, oh
people.
shit, because we have you. We just booked you.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, we just booked an interview with him. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen now? He
Yeah,
said,
he's gonna
no more
walk out on
podcasts
us like,
ever.
fuck, dude.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Howie Mandel's a great dude. I have nothing bad to say about Howie Mandel.
That's great. That's actually a great gimmick that he did. Though I was thinking it might have been something like that, where it's
Yeah.
like they're just fucking around. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, man. We really
Pleasure,
appreciate
boys.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Congrats on all your
Yeah,
success,
Thank you.
man.
Thanks, man.
Too, brother.
Congrats on all your success. We got nothing compared to you.
No,
We're getting there.
Was bigger, faster, stronger? Like, did you expect it to blow up the way that it did?
Not really. I didn't. You're never sure. You know.
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean, everybody I know watched that thing. Did
it got into
Did you do
Sundance.
really well on it? It obviously was your.
Dude,
that was your-
money-wise, documentaries are the worst thing to be into.
Really?
Yeah, so what happens is you spend a bunch of money making the documentary, and then like we went to Sundance and we sold it. I didn't make a dime off Bigger, Stronger, Faster.
What?
Yeah, not a dime. That's how things work. You get screwed.
Yeah, that business
There's
is
ways
fascinating.
to make money off of it, but like it was my first film and I didn't really know what I was doing, and so it's like I got paid to make the film. Like every day that I was working on the film, like I got paid, but I raised a bunch of money. So we raised it was $1.5 million budget. I raised the money, went out and filmed everything, and then when you sell it back at Sundance, I think we sold it for like $650, and then you got to recoup money. And the real problem where I didn't make a lot of money is ESPN had a deal in place to buy it 3 years down the road after it's already been out in the theaters and already been out everywhere. And they had a deal to buy it and they backed out because they thought that the NFL and Major League Baseball were going to be upset about it. And so they backed out of the deal last minute, and then it screwed that ESPN deal. And then, because I would have ended up making money because it would have turned very profitable at that point, but it just, just wasn't, you know. So you get screwed basically.
That's fucking fascinating. I would have.
I got to start promoting fights.
Well, I just saw an interview with Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Where he was
I know
saying-
Josh pretty well. Yeah.
Me too.
He's great, man.
So he was saying that he made $30,000 for No Country for Old Men.
Really?
Wow.
And coming out of that movie, he was fucking broke and had no money. And I'm trying to think.
Well, he was on drugs too at that point. He was like messed up.
Was he?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
didn't know that.
I met Josh in, I could talk about it because he talks about it. I was in LA and I was going to Alcoholics Anonymous, going to AA because I just got over my opioid thing. And Josh, you know, LA, Josh Brolin's in your fucking AA meeting. So you're like, oh, that's fucking cool. So I started talking to him one day and I told him about, he's like, oh, what do you do? And I said, oh, I make documentaries. And I told him about Bigger, Stronger, Faster. He went home and watched it with his wife and we became like really good friends after that. Because he's had so many fucking questions. He's amazing, yeah.
Well, I
Great
walked
dude.
him through the water fast. He did the water fast, got him into cold plunging,
Yeah.
got him into all that
He's
shit.
an amazing guy. I really, really, really like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
Do your guys over here have a blender?
Yeah.
I would love for them to blend you up that total carnivore steak shake. You'd love it.
225. I
You'd
eat
love
it too.
All right.
There you go.
Let's go.
So,
Let's go give it to them.
Let's see. It's a taste test.
Hey, chef. Yeah. Do me a favor. This is his carnivore protein powder. What's Fat Elvis? Green Power. I guess.
You can mix it with any kind of like milk, like any type
I
of
wanna
milk
keep it
that he
keto,
knows.
so-
Yeah, there you go. Keep it keto. Could use a little heavy cream or something if you're into some of that.
What do you use for the almond milk?
Yeah, almond milk, coconut.
Let's try
Coconut would probably
coconut. Yeah.
taste really good.
Yeah, we'll do coconut.
Yeah,
You got coconut water, yeah?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Do like a double scoop, would probably be good.
Fat Elvis. I like that. Banana peanut butter.
You want just coconut water or you want some coconut milk too?
Huh?
You want coconut milk also? Like both?
Sure.
All right.
Is that what you meant? Coconut milk? Then do the
Yeah.
coconut milk instead.
I'll do
Do the.
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to taste amazing.
Huh?
That's going to taste really good. And this you can use, or you can give it to your sons too. But this you can use for push-ups and shit too. So it's not really
Yeah,
just.
it's more pliable than the other one. It's not
I
just-
never really intended it to be like a thing that people max out with, but everyone gets so excited because it does allow you to handle more weight. But it's for reps and sets and all that stuff too, and it will take a lot of pressure off the shoulder.
Yeah, my oldest son's a meathead. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, all good.
How old's he?
22.
22. Wow.
They'll both be 22 and 23 this summer.
Yeah, I have a 20-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter.
Oh, do you really? Yeah.
It's wild.
Same as me then. I got
wild having, like,
21, 22, and a 17-year-old daughter.
Yeah. They're full-on regular people. It's weird.
100%.
It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah. my boys are doing their thing now. Yeah.
That's
My
cool.
Are
oldest
they in
one
school or
graduates
anything now,
next
or
week.
what?
Graduates next week from USD. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
What is he doing now?
He
What
played
is he
football
taking?
down there for 4
Oh,
years.
football,
And,
wow.
yeah. And now he's taken off right after graduation. Him and his buddies, they all surf. My daughter surfs. All my kids surf.
Yeah.
And snowboard and all that shit. So he's going down to Bali. They're going all through all the different Bali, Singapore, fucking Hong Kong, and
Cool.
surfing all those different destinations for like 8 weeks. Then he's going to come back here, go to work, and then he's going to go to grad school.
Surfing seems impossible. I've never tried it.
Yeah.
It
my
seems
kids
really
are
fucking hard.
What's he want to major in? Does he know what he wants to do?
business and finance.
Is
Yeah.
he going to follow in your footsteps, or he doesn't know?
He doesn't know. He's definitely not going to do this.
No.
Neither of my kids are going to do.
Yeah.
My other son, my younger son, he's here right now. He's working over at Throw One right now. He just did a deal with Dark Horse Comics. He came up with an anime series, and they fucking took it.
That's
and
sick.
yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
he's
awesome.
yeah. The anime business is fucking huge. Right
Yeah.
Oh, it's gigantic.
now. Huge.
It's a keto, right? No banana.
Keto, yeah, keto.
So everybody drinks this, they think because it has like organs in it, that it's going to taste like that, but it doesn't taste anything like that. You can't tell. That's the kind of nice thing, you know?
All right. What do you got for distribution right now?
Oh, mainly just sell online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, we started, my wife and I started this company maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. And we had that company for maybe like 10, 15 years or so.
Yeah, you sent me that over 10 years ago.
Yeah, long time ago.
There, we'll get
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Get it.
See the
See it,
results
nice.
here.
See if it's good or not.
Very good. It's great with the coconut too.
I don't even think I ever tried it with coconut, so that's probably a good combo. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to be even more jacked.
Especially for keto.
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you usually eat in a day? You keep things pretty keto. You eat mainly meat and
Yeah,
stuff.
so these guys make anything fucking keto, right? So here's keto blueberry bread, some carne asada in there.
Oh, you got the Quest chips too. The Quest chips are great.
We got everything fucking keto here. And any of this shit they can do, chopped Italian sub, buffalo chicken wraps, all that shit's keto.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is this just for you? Mm-hmm. Like all these people? It's fucking sick, dude.
My other executives eat here too, and some of my friends. Like we work out in the morning, me and some of my friends. Like I got these pictures. Those are my old partners, the Fertitta brothers, and these are my new partners.
Amazing.
And
Ari. I used to be with William Morris. Yeah,
Okay.
a long time ago.
You know.
Actually, Ari, I guess my agent told me I met Ari once at a UFC. I was at the Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor 2 UFC, and I met Ari once. But somebody told me that they watched a trailer for my movie in a meeting, and Ari said, "Sign that guy." The next day, I was at William Morris, and they signed me, and I was there for a couple of years.
A health addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I met him, I met him. So I did a movie. My second movie I did is called Trophy Kids with Peter Berg. It was on HBO.
That's his boy.
Pete Berg is awesome, man.
Pete Berg's his boy. Those two grew up together.
I love Pete.
In
Yeah.
college, they went to college together and were roommates.
Yeah, so they were together, so that Pete introduced me to him.
Totally makes sense.
Kind of like.
But downstairs, we have a restaurant for the employees and the fighters. There's a full restaurant downstairs for employees and fighters. And
Fucking awesome what you built. Incredible.
yeah, here, come here with me.
For years on this podcast, we've been talking about the benefit of barefoot shoes. And these are the shoes I used to use back in like 2017, 2018. My old Metcons. They are flat, but they're not very wide and they're very stiff and they don't move. That's why we've been partnering with and we've been using Vivo barefoot shoes. These are the Modus Strength shoe because not only are they wide, I have wide ass feet, and so do we here on the podcast, especially as our feet have gotten stronger, but they're flexible. So when you're doing certain movements, like let's say you're doing jumping or you're doing split squats or you're doing movements where your toes need to flex and move, your feet are able to do that and perform in this shoe, allowing them to get stronger over time. And obviously, they're flexible. So your foot's allowed to be a foot. And when you're doing all types of exercise, your feet will get stronger, improving your ability to move. Andrew, how can they get their hands on these?
Yes, head to vivobarefoot.com/powerproject and enter the code that you see on screen to save 20% off your entire order. Again, that's at vivobarefoot.com/powerproject. Links in the description as well as the podcast show notes.
That Conor and Mayweather, that's sick.
Huh?
That's sick, that Conor and
Isn't it?
Mayweather.
Oh, check this out. You guys will like this. There's this artist out of Miami that does stuff that I really like. This is a World War II flag that flew in World War II. And, he puts
That's
like
so
his
sick.
his logos on there, and he sent it to me. What's up, brother? Yeah, fucking love this.
Yeah,
I
this
just got it
stuff's
framed.
Incredible.
Took forever. Here, I'm gonna send you guys home with 2 of these before I forget. I just bought, what did we buy, 10 of these? So I just bought 10 of them.
What is this?
These are the hydrogen waters.
Thank you so much.
sweet.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
So when you fly, don't eat. Take whatever water you do, panel water, smart water, whatever.
Yeah.
Put it in there. You hit the button twice, and it goes for 9 minutes. Drink it, and just drink it as you're thirsty. Whatever. Drink that water on your whole flight. I do this shit when I go to Abu Dhabi. I do this shit when I go to fucking Australia and stuff like Italy. And I don't eat. I just fucking drink that shit the whole way. When you land, you guys tell me.
Yeah.
You call me and tell me if it's bullshit.
Okay.
Tell me if it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Cool.
This has got to be avoided right here, right?
Yeah, I love having this here because
Yeah, because it's like having the
Control.
discipline to walk past it. It's like
100%.
yeah. Boris Griffin.
Oh, that's a cool picture, yeah.
Right? It's before and after the fight. That's him when he's about to walk to the octagon. That's him right when he comes out.
What's your favorite fight?
I mean,
Hard
there's
to
so
pin
many
it
great
down,
fights.
right?
It's hard to fucking say, but I would have to say Connor
One the
versus
other day,
Khabib,
Max
because
Holloway.
it was so big. Yeah, well, that was fucking great
fucking
too.
crazy, dude.
Hit the one with the star for me.
Okay.
50 years old, jumping out of my seat, watching these fights. Like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right? 300 was so fucking fun.
It was good.
badass. We just went to St. Louis. Fucking St. Louis felt like a pay-per-view. It was fucking incredible.
That
too.
card was incredible. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many knockouts. I'm like, did everybody get knocked out on that card?
We're going left here.
This is pretty
So
wild.
let me tell you the story about this. So you know I gamble like a motherfucker for years. I've been gambling fucking hardcore for like 25 years. So Caesar's Palace is such a great casino to their players. So every year when you play, they have this ballroom that's fucking massive, like bigger than this area here. What's up, boys? And every Christmas, if you're a player, you can go there and take whatever you want. They got snowmobiles, motorcycles, fucking electronic shit, all this stuff, and you can go literally shop. I never do it, right? So they call me and they're like, "You never take advantage of any of the shit and this and that." You know, they came over here one day and they brought me on a fucking pallet. They brought me the 50 cal. You know, the 50 cal, the bullets are like this
Yeah.
big, and they brought me a pallet of ammunition.
Holy
Those
shit.
bullets are like $7 each or something like that, maybe $12. I don't remember what they are, but they do shit like that. So I said, I'm gonna see how good these motherfuckers really are. I said, you know what I want? I want the Joe Louis statue that's in the sports book. Have you ever seen it? It's marble. It's Joe Louis. It's marble. It's iconic at Caesar's Palace. They're like dead silent on the other end of the phone. They said, we'll call you back. They call us back and they're like, listen, we kicked it around. We can't give you that. It's an iconic piece. You know, Joe Louis used to work there. When you would show up at Caesar's Palace back in the day, Joe Louis would greet you at the door.
Holy
and,
shit.
and bring, yeah, it was incredible what they did for Joe Louis. They said, so here's what we're going to do. The guy who made it is dead. He's from China. His son, we're going to fly him out. They shut down the fucking sports book, put a big thing around it, and his son made me this. And this is better.
Yeah, that's
Better
pretty cool.
than the fucking original. And they pulled the picture off the wall of Joe Louis and Ali and gave me that too. So I put this down here in the lobby.
Incredible.
It's fucking incredible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Can't ever think of Joe Louis without thinking of that scene from Coming to America. He
Joe
whooped
Louis?
Joe Louis's ass.
Got a store down here and everything, huh?
Rocky Marciano,
This is sick.
the Chuck Liddell room.
Yeah, so everybody who had an impact on combat sports, Ramon Decker is the greatest Muay Thai fighter of all time, Cale Sanderson, the wrestler, all these people who had a massive impact on, has a room here. There's a Bruce Lee room, there's a Mike Tyson room, and the list goes on and on. So this is the restaurant. This is where the fighters and the employees eat. When you put all the pieces together of how this whole thing happened, it's so fucking crazy, like it was meant to be.
Yeah. No, it's definitely.
None of it really makes any sense, right? It's like,
It doesn't, and it does. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah.
So all the employees, there's cabanas out here. We can have meetings and have lunch and
this
shit
is
like this.
crazy, too. There's a whole
This is an
nother gym.
amphitheater that we have out here. This is where we have a lot of the employee meetings. We do concerts out here for the employees.
This is incredible right here.
And then this here is the PI.
Oh, this is the PI right here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Is the Apex part of this thing, or is that somewhere
Apex
else?
is right across the street.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're under contract with us, all this is free. You can come here for free training. We have free physical therapy. The supplements are free. Food is free. Everything's free.
It's amazing, man.
What's up, buddy? Hi, guys. How are you? What's up, buddy? Hi. This is one of those. So let's say we have a fight in Mexico City
Yeah.
or Denver, Colorado. You come in here and do your cardio. You adjust the room to the
Oh,
altitude.
shit.
And
Wow.
it's altitude training in there so fighters can get ready for altitude.
That's nuts.
Amazing.
That's really cool.
There's no stone unturned in this whole operation, man.
No, no. And then we have the best physical therapists in the fucking country. All the other athletes from other sports come here for our physical therapy.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the Raiders and stuff like that?
Everybody.
Oh, people getting worked on and stuff. Cool.
Yep.
What an incredible facility, man.
Today's Monday. We have a fight. Wait, what's today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Mason Fowler's.
So in the
Right.
next couple of days, this will be packed because we have a fight on Saturday at the Apex. What's up, buddy? So this is actually an underwater treadmill. So if you're recovering from knee surgery or hip surgery or some shit like that, it actually has cameras underwater, and they watch how you run in here, and they can assess your recovery and figure out what you need to do as far as training goes and all that shit.
And all that shit. Yeah.
So you can just run on here, and it takes like half your weight.
Exactly.
Like,
This is how you start
Yeah.
getting your knee rehabbed and better.
that's what I need to run in.
It's amazing.
And then these are cold plunge and jacuzzis here.
How is Gary with like microplastics and all that other stuff? Does he give you protocols to try to stay away from shit like that too, or
Not real. I mean, listen. It depends on how deep you want to dive.
you can go? Yeah, you can go completely.
This
nuts
guy
with
is,
stuff.
and the other thing about him is he practices what he preaches. He does all this shit. His fucking house, and he's got like the whole top floor, his condo in Miami, and all that equipment is in there. He does all this shit every fucking day himself, and you know, now that he's making more and more money, it keeps going to different levels.
Yeah.
When you go in his house now, the fucking equipment that this guy's got in there,
Yeah.
it's fascinating.
That's cool.
It's fucking fascinating.
You get used to it, like being Dana White, or is it always kind of weird?
I better be used to it.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. I literally couldn't be any fucking happier. If you said, what would you do? What would you change in your life that would make you this much happier? I couldn't tell you one fucking thing.
You couldn't figure it out.
amazing.
I honestly couldn't. And up here is all the striking, grappling, all that good shit. All right, my friend. Good to see you. So, rolling all over here with the cage. 2 different cages to train in.
The sickest facility I've ever been in. Like seriously, of like any kind.
Unbelievable.
Thanks.
Like I said, I used to work for WWE. They had like a little gym. There's nothing like
Yeah.
nothing like this.
Thanks.
Nothing like this.
So what we did was when we started to, think about building this place, we literally went and looked at soccer facilities, football facilities, baseball, and we literally took the best of everything they had to build this place.
Yeah. It shows, man.
Thanks.
It shows.
Got a boardroom over here.
There's so
This is
many
like
quotes.
This is like a chill out area for the fighters. Whole area for them to chill and hang out.
You have like a favorite fighter, secret favorite fighter?
There's a lot of fighters that I've had great relationships with. Connor's one of them. Ronda Rousey and many others. Remember I told you me and the Fertitas bought Thrill One? So we bought this company like 2 years ago. They were based in California.
Yeah.
We want to get them out of there for a lot of different reasons, but mostly to have them here in the day-to-day. So I built these offices these literally just got done. These guys moved in here like 2 weeks ago. So this is all Thrill One.
What was the power slap thing?
Power slaps over here
Yeah,
too.
what was
around
the,
corner.
It's interesting because I'm like, you obviously see something like really cool in it, and a lot of people don't get
Didn't
it.
you think it was stupid originally,
This
right?
thing- No, when I first saw it, I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's doing well. Crushing it.
Bro.
Crushing it.
It's a fucking $1 billion business in 16 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 16 months.
When everybody else is like, ooh, why is he doing this? Like, I'm gonna make $1 billion.
100%. It's
That's
a
great,
$1 billion business in 16 months.
Just prove everybody wrong every single time.
So we literally just got done. Yesterday was the last day of filming the reality show for Power Slap. It was our third
cool.
season.
Oh,
so
nice.
this is all the fucking gear and shit, and this is the war room for it, where we make the fights. And I create these war rooms where we film a lot of content for social media too. So yeah,
amazing.
fucking killing it.
It's great.
I've never been a part of something more successful in such a short amount of time.
Wow.
We have more sponsors than the UFC had in 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like crazier
We
than
have 27 sponsors. And we ain't talking.
What's
fucking-
how does
we
it
got
work?
Anheuser-Busch, we got Monster, we got like real fucking sponsors.
How does it work? They go like slap for slap? Like how many slaps do you get and
Yeah,
everything?
so
Unless you knock the guy
the
out,
way that
right?
it works is you do a coin toss at the weigh-ins, and whoever wins the coin toss gets to go first. What people don't really realize, and it's hard to wrap your head around now,
Right.
the UFC was way more hated than fucking Power Slap ever. And no, come on, we're good, Doc. This is Dr. Davidson. This is actually one of the doctors that I was telling you.
Yeah.
It was like, well, Dana, what the fuck
going,
are you
Mark?
doing?
Nice to meet you.
And
to meet
now he works with Gary Brecka,
Very cool.
right?
Yeah, no, it's
So
right.
Bigger, Stronger, Faster. Did you ever see that doc?
Yes.
This is.
How you doing? I'm Chris.
These are
I
them.
watched it a couple times.
Yeah, these are them.
Nice to meet
I
you.
have too.
It's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's
it.
really good. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you,
great to
man.
meet you.
No, I mean, he was right. I tease because I will send Dana a picture. I'm doing a lot of things he's doing now. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I've been doing that." For
Been doing it for years. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Well, you have
That's great.
doctors now that legit
Yeah.
Yeah.
use Gary Brecka, do the blood work with him, do the whole thing. Gary Brecka is literally working on cases with doctors, with like doctors that from hospitals that are fucking, you know, the best hospitals in the country.
They couldn't solve.
Gary
the
Brecka's sitting
issue.
in on some of these cases that they're working on and giving input and yeah. So any of the
great.
doctors that try to debunk Gary Brecka, you're just a fucking hater. You're a fucking hater. And I get it. I get it. You know, you went to school for a million fucking years and spent a shitload of money and, you know, you just have to accept the fact that if something goes wrong, you need surgery, you need this, you need that, people are going to go to you. But for general health, a lot of doctors have no fucking clue what they're talking about when it comes to job. You know, most of the doctors, think about your old doctors, you smoke cigarettes
Yeah.
and fucking, you know, do all this shit and
When you go to medical school, all your medical journal, all the stuff you're reading comes from big pharma, you know, for the most part, right? So you're just fed into that system. Like, here's how you treat somebody with medicine.
Right.
And if you don't know how to do that, there's no other really way to do it. You know,
I'm
like
getting in the
holistic
medical
stuff.
field.
Yeah.
I study medicine.
Yeah.
Their job is to fucking,
that's it.
if
It's
this is
medicine.
wrong with you, here's the pill for it.
Yep. That's
know?
why I made prescription thugs.
And I don't mean to suck you into this shit. I don't
No,
want to
but
get you
it's like-
fucking, you know what I mean?
Listen, I agree. Dana and I have talked. We've had a lot of great debates. There's you know, medicine for emergencies and surgeries and things like that. But you know, after kind of watching for years and being around Dana a lot, I do think for your maintenance and for your general health and just almost common sense logic, what would dictate like how to stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a perfect example, and he knows. I work out just like him and try
Yep.
and.
He's doing the whole protocol now too.
Well,
isn't he?
there's a lot of great doctors out there as well that do.
100%.
They're like, hey, I went to medical school, but I also eat good and train hard, and like, there's a ton of those too.
100%.
They're just not on YouTube and stuff.
100%. You're
Those guys
absolutely
are.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about really fucking smart people.
Yeah.
I mean, really smart people become doctors. And, but you can also get sucked into that whole fucking world. And
Yeah.
you, listen, when you start fucking selling medicine and making shitloads of money on selling medicine,
You got 6 minutes with a patient. You don't got time to ask them what they eat or how they, you know, what their stress levels are. Any, you know, nothing.
that's not what they do.
Yeah.
They sell meds.
Yeah.
They sell medicine. It's a fucking fact. You go see a doctor, you tell him what's wrong with you, you're leaving there with a fucking prescription.
And but you know, I've also noticed, like myself, I go to the doctor and he doesn't give me a prescription. I used to get mad before I knew all this stuff. I used to get mad, like, oh, he didn't even give me anything. And it's like, now I think,
Trying
like,
to
oh,
get
that's a
the
good thing.
drug hookup.
Yeah, that's what I used to be doing.
Yeah, no doctor's telling you, listen, jump in the red light therapy bed for 20 minutes and go fucking cold plunge and do this and do that.
Yeah.
Now they're like, take this fucking 2 times a day for fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, that has 5 or 6 fucking side effects to it, which also make you feel like shit. And the list is just
Well, and then you try to mitigate them with something else, and that has side effects, and you're just down
becomes
the
a
ladder.
fucking
you know?
snowball of fucking feeling like shit.
Nothing.
Yeah. And nothing gets fixed.
We'll let
Nothing
you-
gets
we'll
fixed.
let
A
you
lot of
run,
shit
my
gets
man.
masked. Yeah, the problem is you guys come do this shit, and I could talk about this for fucking
You get
9
fired
hours.
up.
Well, we could talk to you forever too. I just don't want to keep you. I don't want to be the guy
It's all good.
holding you back from whatever you're doing.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, very nice to meet you. Absolutely.
meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dr. Davidson. He's
Congrats on your health journey. That's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, hello there. You made it to the end of the video, which means that you'll like this video. It's another deep dive. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. And, well, at this point, you're probably still here because you just want to hear what I'm going to tell you about this video, right? Well,
Say something.
no. No.